University of Dice, Dave here. I want to talk today about a basic action that has a really interesting global in Secret Wars. This basic action is Pirate Broadcast. Now, the action ability is cancel any persistent global ability effects. Neither player may use global abilities until end of turn. Prep a die from your bag. But the global is what's really interesting. Pay 1 generic energy. Target global ability cannot be used until the start of your next turn. Use this global ability only once per turn. Now, coming into Secret Wars, a lot of people were excited about Distraction coming back. Why? Well, a lot of things that could counter the current meta wanted to sit in the field, so it could be made to be forced to attack with that global, which is on a host of cards, and then it couldn't do its job anymore. It couldn't sit in the field and do work for you, and so they would be able to disrupt your stuff, set up, do their thing, and you're done. So Distraction being able to pull an attacker back is considered to be a good thing, and we did get that in the Secret Wars set. But I'm much more excited about Pirate Broadcast. I think this is so much more interesting because I can simply turn off the Force Attack global. Or maybe early in the game, before Force Attack really is a threat to me, I can turn off Mr. Sinister or something else that is a threat to me. And that could give me time looking towards control pieces that we have that have not had the chance to be in the limelight right now, thinking about Pip the Troll, for example, or some win conditions that we have that have been sort of in waiting, thinking Colossus, Jubilee, Batman. Now they can sit in the field safely. Now the trick is you have to make sure that perhaps the rest of your team is not dependent on other global abilities, and there are some ways around that, because of course your stuff can be pirate broadcasted just like your opponents can. But I think this is a really important global, and there's going to be a dance with this that we'll have to see how it shakes out. It's all theory crafting right now, who knows, but I really think that this could disrupt the current meta. At least it has a strong potential to, because it's a global, and so it's available anytime, as long as you can pay the cost. And in this case, that cost is much more favorable than Distraction, because you don't need to have a mask. It's one of anything. That spare fist that you can't do anything with, cool, you can play this now. Same thing with anything else. So it's really interesting, really handy. Now, I suppose one thing, and I haven't wrapped my head around the play and counterplay of this yet, is what about if somebody uses that action die against you when you're relying on Pirate Broadcast? It could get messy. I don't know. It could be that it's worth bringing Pirate Broadcast as well as the Distraction Global. I don't know. It's all theory crafting. But I think this could be the key to cracking the current meta open and opening the door for some of these other win conditions. These cards that are good, but just not enough, don't have the proper support, are too slow, whatever else. This is what could open the door for those. So I'm really excited about Pirate Broadcast moving forward. So what are some of the cards that I see that we could use with it? Well, first off, don't forget about Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is pretty interesting because you can use Poison Ivy Push Too Far, the rare, to counter Master Mold tokens. When fielded, choose an opposing character, replacing all previous choices. While Poison Ivy is active, when that character die attacks, field a 0/2 plant token. While Poison Ivy is active, if a plant token is KO'd, target player loses 1 life. So effectively, you can field a plant token and make them block the Sentinel tokens, and then that player will also lose life. And it can just stop that in its tracks. But Ivy has to sit in the field. So you need something to keep her in the field. Distraction, Pirate Broadcast. Boom, done. Now you have bought time to set up anything else that you want to do. And it's all pretty cheap. You can rush things out, yes, but that Poison Ivy is a 3-cost card. Master Mold costs 6. Are there ways to rush things? Yeah, but I can rush a 3-cost out faster than I can rush a 6-cost out, and there we go. And now how is the presence of that going to change? Do fewer people work with Master Mold because Poison Ivy is out there, and then of course the metagame develops from there? I don't know how it's all going to work. Poison Ivy is a really good defense against attack-oriented teams. There's a lot of direct damage-oriented stuff out there that could work quite well too. Of course, the Jubilee, X-Men Field Leader. While Jubilee's active, when you field a character die, she deals 1 damage to your opponent and 1 damage to target character die. That's pretty cool. I've theorized about pairing that up with Batman, who does, Jubilee does damage when stuff's fielded, Batman does it when stuff's knocked out. Really interesting, really interesting. So could this buy you the time that you need to set up, get something like Ivy out there, get something to tax globals like Pip the Troll out there, so that way it's harder for your opponent to use Pirate Broadcast than it is for you, and move on from there? I don't know. I'm still at the beginnings of my thoughts about this, but I'm excited for the possibilities. What have you been experimenting with? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Take care.